I can certainly, I can tell you it was after 08 and 09 because we were surprised and caught off guard by that. And, for many, many, many of those difficult days, I had the thought of, geez, wouldn't it be amazing if I had known this was coming? What would we have done if we had known, if we had known, if we had known? And then I was at a distributor conference and saw an economist from ITR speak. And here was someone saying, we knew it and we told our clients. And I was like, wow. And then I dug into it and realized the conference was in Hawaii. And I'm listening to this economist speak, and I Googled them and realized their headquarters are about 5 miles from my headquarters, New Hampshire. So we hired ITR. They've been tremendously helpful to us as an organization. But through the decade plus, we built a really great relationship with Alan. I have lunch with him once a year, and it's always my favorite lunch of the year because it starts here and then goes here, and then we're here, and we're in economics and geopolitics and family and everything in between. So it's just, we built a great personal relationship, but ITR through the years has become a really core piece of how we view our business and kind of helps us build the lens through which we kind of plan out our business. I guess I would say it's twofold. It's one, kind of in the deliverables. And that's the annual, this is where we see your sales over the next 12, 18, 24 months, right? So there's that, and how we factor that into our modeling. So we use that as not the only data point, but a very important data point that factors into our budgeting process. And we're very budget centric as a company. So that's kind of the Rosetta Stone every year is the budget. And so we factor ITR data into that on an annual basis. So that's kind of the bona fides that the relationship delivers. But then on top of that, there's a couple more kind of softer, but also critically important. One, the largest that you mentioned is peace of mind. Just like, okay, I'm not going to be surprised here. I remember conversations years ago with Alan about things that shifted their prognostications, and I couldn't come up with one. I was like, a war. And he's like, no, not really. And I was like, oh, okay, like 9/11. He's like, no, short term. And I was like, okay. And it was like amazing. And even the pandemic was like, certainly shifted things, but not in a whole, didn't take a sharp right turn, right? It influenced things, certainly, but didn't change things. So I think that peace of mind of knowing that you've got a partner that is very fact and data driven and really excludes the noise, because every one of us, your life can be consumed by the noise if you allow it to be. And one of the things we really value with ITR is they tune the noise out and hear the facts. You don't have to like them, it's okay. We're just reporting the facts. So I think that the bona fides, but then on top of that, the peace of mind that you get, and then also just the relationships that you build, knowing that, 5 years ago, we had some real sluggish performance in our Connecticut branches, and we reached out to ITR and they ran an analysis and said, compared to others, we're looking at housing permits, we're looking at salary levels, we're looking at people moving in and out of the state, and they came back to us and showed us why we were seeing that sluggish, and more importantly, when they thought it could turn around. So in all those ways, I think there's values to it, and it's certainly the baseline deliverables, and then what you can get above that as well based on the relationship. Listen, worth the money, that's someone's own personal decision based on the size of their company and the way they choose to use ITR. I can speak for us and just say that, as a business leader, seeing in the future is almost like a quixotic thing. Like no one can, right? And if you did, what would you do? And no one ever can. And so you just kind of put your head back down and do your job. And ITR gives you a fact-based approach to what is coming down the pike. And that's invaluable in my mind. And again, it's not, they have the history to prove it. And it's not the be-all end-all. It's not like just say what they're going to do, just do what they say, and then you'll have a good year, right? You got to work hard to either deliver what they are predicting or exceeding it. But to have that knowledge as a component of your overall view of your business, I feel is invaluable.